What's up everyone, Off the Cuff Reviews here. My name's Alex and today I have a special new video. Let's zoom this out just a little teeny bit. Thank you. And so today we are going to be talking about some more movie recommendations on Tubi. So let's get into it. Now this video is not going to be specifically talking about any genre. It's going to be a mixed bag of genres, but I wanted to kind of just talk about some movies that I saw on there and do a Darren Van Dam style recommendation video of some movies that you can check out. Like I said, there's no real theme. This is just like some movies that I wanted to let you know that are on this platform. Tubi's free, so you can go and check this out. Yeah, it has ads. You could watch on your computer with an ad blocker or something if you don't want ads, but you know the vibe. But yes, so I wanted to just kind of give you guys some more recommendations. I mentioned that I had this video in the works, so today is it. Now this video is going to be a little bit more off the cuff than some of my other ones. The other style videos, I kind of the ones where I give recommendations, I kind of have a whole little script almost. I kind of just wing it usually, but I have it kind of mapped out of what I want to say. Today I just have the picks written out and I'm just gonna kind of go off the cuff. So cheers to you, grab a drink, let's strap in and watch some movies. The first one on this list today is going to be Bring It On. This is not a movie that I typically would recommend on this channel, but obviously I watched this way back in the day. This came out in 2000, but it is on Tubi currently for free. I feel like everyone knows what Bring It On is. It spawned so many sequels, but in case you don't know, it's about a couple of girls who are in this cheerleading group, and it's just a stupid funny comedy. I feel like, you know, if you're into that kind of stuff, you might enjoy this movie, but I wanted to let you know that maybe for your next movie night, revisit this one. It is on Tubi for free. Speaking of movie night, this next one is not so funny. The next one on this list is Requiem for a Dream. This one's actually been on Tubi for a while, I feel like, but I feel like I always see it, but it's definitely one that if you haven't seen, check it out for sure. This is one of those movies that you definitely have to watch at least once in your life. You probably won't want to watch it again after you watch it because it's a little bit disturbing, but it is a movie that also came out in the year 2000 and it's based on a book of the same name. And like I said, it is pretty disturbing. It kind of deals with drug use and delusion and mental health and a lot of different aspects like that kind of people deal with on a daily basis. And you know, it's just definitely a hard watch, but it's I feel important cinema to check out at least once in your life. And if you're into that kind of movie, maybe revisit it if you have already seen it. The next one on this list is a little bit more fun. It is an action movie called Wanted, starring Angelina Jolie. I don't really watch a lot of action movies nowadays. I feel like they've kind of cheapened out, but I felt like Wanted, when this kind of dropped, this was doing that cool slow-mo shot vibe that The Matrix made popular. I don't know, they had this cool innovative concept that they used that filmmaking technique with in this movie, and I really enjoyed that about this movie. And as Darren Van Dam Flick Connection would say, Angelina Jolie peak hotness in this movie. Definitely check it out. It's definitely a good fun, funny action movie that I feel most people that like those kinds of movies would definitely enjoy. There's a lot to like with that one. Now, this next movie that I want to recommend is a newer movie that I don't think a lot of people have seen yet. This next movie is called Monolith. I just noticed that this was on Tubi for free. It's new. It is newer, I should say. It is a 2022 Australian sci-fi movie, and it deals with this lady who is a podcaster, and her podcast has to deal with like unsolved mysteries, and things kind of start unraveling from there.
I want to tell you a story. All you have to do is listen.
I don't really want to get too much into the plot, but I feel like there is a lot to grasp onto with this movie. It's definitely a good watch. It's a little bit out there, but I feel like if you guys are fans of sci-fi and newer sci-fi that kind of deal with newer concepts like this, you might enjoy that aspect. The next one on this list, I actually have the physical copy right behind me here. Hold on, let me grab it. I actually have the physical copy. We have it on display. It is Sorry to Bother You. Sorry to Bother You, like it says actually on that cover, is one of the most original comedies out there, and it is so funny, so good, and so innovative, and it pushes the boundaries for some social commentary aspects of the movie, and Lakeith Stanfield has never been better. This is one of his best roles. I feel like if you guys have not seen Sorry to Bother You, you should definitely check it out. It is a great, funny film that has a lot to say.
Hey, young blood, let me give you a tip. Use your white boys. I'm not talking about Will Smith's wife. I'm talking about the real deal, like this young blood.
Hey, Mr. Kramer, this is Langston from Regal View. I didn't catch you at the wrong time, did I?
Now, this next one on this list is not a newer one. It's a little bit of an older film. It's kind of hard to describe this movie. It's actually based on a true story, believe it or not. And this movie is actually directed by Larry Clark, who is kind of a strange guy. Some of his movies are disturbing, and this movie has disturbing elements in it. This one is like kind of hard to explain. So Bully stars Bijou Phillips, Brad Renfro, Rachel Miner, Michael Pitt. It follows a group of teenagers who end up murdering their friend. It's a sad movie at the end of things, and it's just kind of hard to watch. It's pretty disturbing, as Larry Clark is known to make disturbing films, but this is a true story, and it's kind of a fucked up movie, and I feel like I would be remiss to not recommend this movie. Actually, I saw this like years and years and years ago. We ended up, Ashley and I ended up rewatching this. It's just really like messed up. If you guys are into more like disturbing things, maybe you guys would like this movie. The next one on this list is definitely a newer movie. It is called Frogman, and I was actually surprised to see it on Tubi. I guess, you know what, come to think of it, maybe I'm not so surprised, because this movie is a found footage horror film. It deals with the legend of the Frogman, I guess, and it's more of like an innovative found footage film. It kind of has the same exact tropes that you see over and over again, except with this movie, the story is a little bit new and fresh that we haven't heard or seen before, so that's cool. So maybe if you guys are into found footage horror movies and you haven't heard of this one, check it out. It's definitely new, and it has like a cult following right now, so get in on it on the ground floor when you can.
The Frogman exists.
Rebel.
You getting all this?
Whoa.
Rebel. That's the slime from the tree. He was here.
Rebel.
Go.
This next one is an older film, and I had to put it on here because they remade it recently. I don't know how I feel about the remake, but I wanted to put it on here because the remake is coming out this year. Finally, it is The Toxic Avenger. So The Toxic Avenger is from Troma Entertainment. You know, Lloyd Kaufman, Uncle Lloyd, everyone loves him. Beloved filmmaker Uncle Lloyd, and he made The Toxic Avenger, and The Toxic Avenger has actually a lot to say politically. If you guys know anything about Troma at all, they're very like politically outspoken, and they definitely like use Toxie from The Toxic Avenger, even in their like more like political stuff that they're doing now. They show up to protest, they will bring, you know, someone dressed as Toxie to these protests. Like, they do that kind of stuff. They're out there on the front lines. That's what we love about Troma. They're not afraid to stick it to the man, and that's what we love about these guys. And they make really good films, really good practical effects. That is what they're known for, and we love it. We love like low budget, great practical effects, you know, stupid horror films that have a lot of good things to say. So definitely check out The Toxic Avenger. It has a million like sequels, but the first one is obviously a classic, and it's free on Tubi. The next one on this list is, some people thought it was a little bit disturbing. I didn't think it was that disturbing. I guess the concept of it is a little bit disturbing when you think about it on paper. I personally didn't find it that disturbing, but I wanted to recommend it for people that are into that kind of thing. It is a movie called The Coffee Table, and it definitely is suspenseful. There's a lot of scenes in this movie where like people are kind of like yelling over each other or talking over each other, and I find that that is a really good filmmaking technique, in my opinion, to convey like anxiety or suspense, or make the viewer like, you know, just like feel uneasy, and they do that a lot in this movie. And obviously the concept, like I said, is disturbing. You don't really like see a lot of disturbing stuff in the movie, but like visually, but the concept of it is disturbing. So if you guys are into that kind of stuff, check it out. It's a horror film called The Coffee Table. It's definitely a weirder one. The next one on this list is called Studio 666. I feel like a lot of people have already watched this. It came out a few years ago. This is the like Foo Fighters horror movie that they produced, I guess. And yeah, it's weird, it's different, it's fun and stupid and punk rock and loud and gory and everything about it. I mean, a lot of people, there was some people that didn't like it, there was a lot of people that liked it. Whitney Cummings has a stupid part in it. It's just like a stupid horror comedy with fucking Foo Fighters and Dave Grohl. So if you guys are into that type of shit, check out Studio 666. The next one I wanted to recommend to you guys is called Coming Home in the Dark. Now, this movie is a New Zealand horror psychological thriller film directed by James Ashcroft. It is also based on a short story or something like that of the same name, and it's kind of like a road movie. Things kind of end up unraveling, things get dark, and it keeps getting darker and darker as the film goes on. And I wanted to also recommend this one, not only because it's a really nicely shot movie and the performances are all good, and you know, James Ashcroft definitely shows that he's a great director. And I also wanted to recommend this because James Ashcroft just did a movie recently called The Rule of Jenny Penn. Now, The Rule of Jenny Penn is not on Tubi. That movie is actually on Shudder. It was a Shudder original. Shudder picked it up. I'm pretty sure like they made it a Shudder original. That movie stars John Lithgow, and it's just like a weird out of the box horror film. But I feel like Coming Home in the Dark is a great place to start if you're new to James Ashcroft's films. So definitely start there, and then check out The Rule of Jenny Penn over on Shudder. I feel like you guys would like that for horror films. Also, Coming Home in the Dark is also a movie, like I said, it's like a psychological thriller almost. So it has like a lot of elements that are in that genre. So if you guys like that genre, in like maybe combine it with horror and also like road movies, then definitely check out Coming Home in the Dark for free on Tubi. Now, I wanted to pivot to recommending some TV shows. These are all random, and I'm not really gonna like dive into them too much. I'm just gonna like let you kind of know that these shows are on here. So, TV shows that I wanted to recommend that are on Tubi for free, starting with, there's only a couple, starting with Hell on Wheels. Now, I only watched, I believe, like a season maybe of this show. I definitely remember liking it. I don't remember hating it, but it's for free on Tubi. I think all the seasons are there. Go check it out. It's like a Western show, so if you guys are into Westerns, I think that show actually came out around the same time as The Walking Dead. Yeah, just go check it out. It's called Hell on Wheels. The next one I want to recommend is like more of a pirate show called Black Sails. And also, this was not a show that I don't think I really ever saw this, or maybe if I did, I only saw like an episode of it, but I definitely remember watching previews of this. This was like a Showtime TV show, and I believe all the seasons of this are on there as well. And this is a show that I actually want to start watching with Ashley. I feel like it would be good. I feel like it's a good show. I feel like it's a show that is underrated. Like, even though it kind of ended up on Tubi, I feel like maybe people just didn't really appreciate it at the time. But who knows? Maybe I could be wrong, but I just wanted to recommend it out there if you guys are into that kind of show. The next one on the list is Skins, like the UK version. This is like a coming of age show. It's a coming of age show, I'll just put it that way. The next one is Justified with Walton Goggins, who's having a resurgence right now. He's on top of the world. Everyone's talking about Walton Goggins. He's in every show, but he was in Justified, so I wanted to recommend that, and that's on Tubi, at least a couple seasons of it. And the last one I wanted to recommend is one of our favorite shows that we end up always putting on and rewatching. It is the UK version as well of The In-Betweeners. Yes, and we watch James Buckley's podcast every week. We watch his vlogs whenever they come out. Yeah, we love The In-Betweeners. I never watched that show before Ashley had showed me it, but we think it's just so funny and stupid. And if you guys are into stupid comedies, it's definitely just, it's so funny. And you guys will definitely find some laughs, especially if you're into like British humor. But there you have it. This was my Tubi video, so go ahead and check out all these recommendations for free on Tubi right now. Let me know what your favorite is, and if you guys have any other recommendations, leave them in the comments below. If you guys want to recommend anything to me or anyone else that is maybe watching this video, what is some underrated picks on Tubi right now that you guys would recommend to somebody that maybe they don't know is on there? Go check it out. Go leave your comments down below. Check out my other Tubi recommendation videos, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. Stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Let's go! I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top.